And we're live.
Hello.
So thanks for joining us. Week 2 of our TC Club Tackle Team Coordinator, which is a fun name that JoHannah actually came up with, which I love. So, and it's perfect for being like right in the heart of football season for all of you football lovers. We are going to talk this week about the skills that you need to have in place so that you can be practicing growing your team and practicing booking parties. And JoHannah's going to kick us off. I'm going to sip my coffee this Saturday.
Enjoy. So I wanted to start us off by doing a little mindset activity. I'm going to ask some questions. Obviously, you can't answer them because you're not live, so I will answer them for you. It's kind of rhetorical questions, but I shared this at a recent Experience Norwex meeting, so if you were there, you're hearing this for the second time, and I apologize for that. But
repetition is the key.
Yes. So what I wanted to share with you is I want to challenge you to think about the parallels between sharing our products and sharing our business opportunity and how they really can work hand in hand. And they're actually very, very similar in concept. So think about our products for a moment. Do you cringe when you see someone using a harsh chemical to clean something?
Yeah.
The answer is yes. Yes, we all cringe when we see that. Why? Because we know that we have a solution for them that is healthier and better. Now think about this. Do you get that same uncomfortable feeling when you hear somebody talking about struggling with money or about wishing they could get out of the house more often or any of these life problems? I do. I get that same exact feeling because I know that I have a solution for them. See how those work, the business, obviously. Do you think it's hard to share our products with people? Do you find it difficult? No, because we use them, we love them, they're a part of our life, and so it's easy for us to share them with other people. We're excited about it. So does it have to be hard to share the business with people? No, it really doesn't, because we're in it. It's a part of our life. We love it. So why isn't it just as easy for us to share that with them as our products?
Right.
Another question. Were you nervous the first time you demonstrated our products for people at a party? Yes. Like,
let's hope this works.
heart beating like crazy, super nervous, but it gets easier and easier every time you do it, to the point where sharing our products is just like second nature. It just rolls off your tongue. So are you going to be nervous the first few times you share the business opportunity with people at a party? Yes, and that's okay. That means that you care. But just like with our products, I promise you it will get easier and easier every time you do it, to the point where, just like sharing our products with people, sharing our business opportunity with people will just roll off of your tongue the same way. And you'll see that as you practice, they really just kind of mold together and you're sharing both at the same time. And I like this one. Do you ever look at somebody at a party and think they don't look like they need Norwex products? No, we never think that, ever, because we know that no matter what their household challenge is, we've got something for them. Mm-hmm. But what do we do so often? We look at people at a Norwex party and we think they don't need a Norwex business. I'm guilty of it as well. I do the ring cleaning activity at the beginning of parties. I'll be the first to admit, when someone comes up to me and hands me a big old diamond ring, I immediately think they don't need their own business. They're just fine. But what I don't know is anything about this woman's personal life. Maybe she just retired and she could really use an outlet to go out and socialize with people. Yeah. Or maybe she's got someone in her family that's suffering from illness and these products are really meaningful and she wants to share them. So we are so quick to judge people about whether or not we think they need this business. And I challenge you to really just see the parallels between how easy it is sharing our products and how easy it can be sharing the business opportunity. So think about that.
It's a great way. Chris Carlson, and I'm sure other people say this too, but 70% of what goes on in this business is up here. It's getting your mindset right, staying positive and everything that you just talked about. It's okay. Because first and foremost, like JoHannah and I, we're both moms. We both have 3 kids. We do this so that we can work from home and be bus drivers basically at the same time. And we make it fit. And that's our priority right now, is to, over the course of the next year, be moms and make it fit, but also help you figure out where it can fit into your life. And if you are interested in growing a business, to help you succeed at that. So I'm going to get into a little bit more of the skills of the business. There are really 3 things that we do when we are building a business, a direct sales business like this. And we are a party plan company specifically. We have hostess benefits, and the idea is that we're partying. But we book, we sell, we recruit. Those are the big 3 legs. And then once we start to team build a bit, we lead them. We help those other people by setting a good example for them, mostly. JoHannah and I, neither one of us were born as amazing recruiters or fantastic bookers because we've only been doing this for a few years. It's certainly nothing that we learned when we went to school. At all, because we both have backgrounds in education. And I just want you to start to see them as skill sets that you can learn and that you can practice. But without parties on your calendar, it's really hard to practice getting bookings and to practice getting recruits or recruit leads. So we're going to talk about that coming up. So you want to be a TC. And when you're a team coordinator, I think the biggest thing there is, yes, you are recognized as a leader, and Norwex is going to give you a thank you check monthly for leading people and bringing people into the business. But a lot of times that's kind of scary for people because they don't really know what's expected. And I think the biggest thing you need to be doing is just being a good example. Booking parties, offering the opportunity to people, sharing the product, having a consistent calendar, whatever that is for you. And I'm going to talk about the tools that Norwex has in place. So we want you to be booking parties, sharing Norwex and selling the products at those parties, and also recruiting at those parties, because it is a huge part of our business, especially if you're really wanting to earn an income and not just fun money. So the common theme between all of those things, we book parties. It's easiest at our parties to book. We sell an amazing product at our parties, and we typically are recruiting at our parties. Every now and then I meet somebody at a trade show that might be interested in joining. It's not horribly common. If I look at the currently 105 or 6 personal people that I have in my downline, I would say probably 98 to 99% of them I met through a party. And I'm sure JoHannah says the same exact thing. So the common theme here is the party. And Norwex has this amazing formula. When I first heard it, I was like, yes, this is perfect. This is what we're missing. When somebody says, so what do I need to do? What is a good, consistent calendar? Well, it's really up to you. Some people, of course, want to be earning more from their personal party schedule. Here. You say hi. You have swimming lessons.
Hi.
Okay, be quiet.
I have swimming lesson.
Are you leaving?
Uh-huh.
Give me a kiss. Bye-bye. Love you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Sorry about that.
That's all right. Gunnar came in because he had an itch.
Okay.
So that was what that was all about.
At least that one came in because she'll leave. If Finley comes in, it's not so likely because her dad probably won't let her out. So we want to talk about your parties. What does your current party calendar look like? Let's give you the tools to start practicing your recruiting, really, and booking at parties. Do you have maybe 2 parties in October? Maybe you have 3 parties in October. What do you need? How many more parties do you need in order to have 4 parties in October? So our success strategy is 4-2-2. 4 parties a month, plus 2 bookings at each party, plus 2 recruit leads at each party, or conversations, right? So it's not 2 recruits at every party, because wow, we would be just flowing with people. We wouldn't know how to handle, That's an insane amount. JoHannah and I don't think we could handle that.
Yeah.
But it's 2 recruit conversations, of which hopefully 2 a month are going to say, yeah, I want to join your team. So look at your calendar where you are now. Do you have 1 party in October? Do you have 2, 3? What do you need right now in order to have 4 in October? And let me tell you, my personal calendar struggled a bit in September. I pushed a bunch of my September parties because of my personal life off to October, and then October was not seeming so fabulous. And so I just did a personal booking blitz last night. From that personal blitz that I did over the course of the evening and into this morning, just contacting people on my Frankie list and old hostesses, other people who have been interested, I've nailed down 4 parties. So it can be done, let me tell you. What do you need right now to fill up October with 4 parties so that you can practice the 4-2-2 strategy? I'm going to invite you to join us for our team-wide booking blitz beginning after Monday night's live webinar training, and it's actually a corporate booking blitz that Norwex is sponsoring, so details are coming on that. You can surely start early, get your list in place. Like, I'd be working on that over the course of the next couple of days. We'll have some language for you. I'm going to share some samples of what I offered for my blitz in our TC page, but get your Frankie list in order. And I invite you to join us for a booking blitz. And use the suggestions that Norwex has put into place for you to be a strong leader for your team. You're booking, you're selling, you're recruiting, and then you're leading them just by being a good role model, right? That's really what it is in the beginning. When I was at TC, I was certainly not doing trainings like this. You know, we were just leading by example.
Yep.
I'm going to post an awesome tracker that another leader on our team made, and I'll give her credit for it, Janine Bailey. It's the 4-2-2 tracker, but it allows you to track yourself and hold yourself accountable to, was this party a 4-2-2 party? Did I have 4 parties this month? Did I book 2 parties at each party? And did I have 2 recruiting conversations? To hold yourself personally accountable to something. And that piece of paper just works really well for me. When I'm doing it, my business is very strong.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so for this week, we're really focusing on those skills: booking, selling, recruiting, and I'm going to give you some more tools to continue your learning outside of this training.
So questions to think about, okay, to ponder. Are you inviting all of your hostesses? Your hostesses are your greatest partners. They already love Norwex. They already know the ins and outs of having a party because they've been through it. They've already seen how you setting up your display and closing out the party, and they kind of see what it's all about. Are you inviting them? They are your best recruits. Are you using the 3-question close at each party? This is so important. Is there anything I can help you with in terms of, I'm like doing this kind of off the cuff, but do you have any questions about the products that you ordered? Is there anything I can help you with in terms of deciding what you want, that type of thing? And then you ask them, are you interested in having a party of your own? And are you interested in taking home any information about the business? Or you can flip that if you're brave. I think it works better to flip it. Start at the top. When they come to you at the end of the party, hey, were you curious about my job? Would you like to take home a packet of info to learn more? When they say yes, perfect, you hand them a packet. When they say no, you say, okay, great. How about having a party? Is that something that interests you? Yes, awesome, let's get you in my calendar. I do my parties on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. What night works best for you? If they say no, thank you, you say, okay, great. Well, you placed an awesome order tonight. I think the household package is the very best place to start out. Is there anything that you have any questions about, how to take care of them, etc.? So start from the top of that mountain and work your way down. When you practice that, it becomes more natural, and I actually like it better that way.
Right. So you don't feel totally rejected, you know, like it's just breaking it down gently.
Yep, that's true, exactly. And are you offering to others just not in a party setting? And this is harder. It's harder, I think. Parties are the easiest places to get your recruits.
For sure.
The energy is there. The excitement's there. It's fresh in their mind. It's a little bit harder to do it in an outside setting, but if the conversation strikes up, are you being brave enough to share this opportunity with others when the opportunity arises? And lastly, this is important because I'm so guilty of this. Are you overselling or over talking? Because we really can turn people off by talking too much.
Yep.
So spark their interest. Play the Ask Me About My Business game. Do little seeds throughout your presentation. Spark their interest. Get them curious. Ask them if they want to take home a packet. Hand them a packet. Follow up with them later. Don't talk their ear off that night. They're going to say, "Ugh, this lady's annoying."
Too much.
Yeah. Send them home with a packet. Let them read it. They're smart. Women are smart. They don't need you to read it for them. They don't need you to explain every single thing to them. Let them read it. Let them digest it at their pace. Let them write down what questions they have.
Yes.
Follow up with them 2 days later and ask them, what questions do you have for me?
Yeah.
And listen and shut up.
Yeah.
And just answer their questions, because if we overshare, we really can turn people off.
For sure. And I look back to like my early recruiting days and I think, oh yeah, that's why she didn't join. Oh yeah, that's definitely, I sent her an email with 75,000 things and
Yep.
Missed out on a few, but you just keep practicing. That's really what it comes down to. You just keep practicing until you find what works well for you. And really, you're selling yourself. So, not necessarily the business, but people, you're selling yourself so that people will want to partner with you. And less is always best. Make it about them. So if you know me at all, which some of you do, some of you don't, and JoHannah too, we both follow Dave Ramsey budgeting program, Financial Peace University. We've both taken the course. We both live Dave Ramsey. I feel like right now, I don't know, I need to get myself back on track, but I pay annually for his budgeting software because I just love it. But I read recently, somebody else shared this with me. It was an article on, Dave's take. It was from his radio show. Yay, it's right there. There he is. If you haven't listened to him, just start listening to his radio show. He's very, very, very motivating to live debt-free, which is why I'm fixing the $1,200 job on my '08 Subaru instead of buying a new car in the middle of a massive house renovation. Anyways, these are some tips from Dave as far as network marketing goes. He doesn't have a whole lot of, commentary on it, but he was asked on his radio show, are network marketing programs a scam? And you hear that a lot, like, oh, is that one of those pyramid schemes or, scams? And what I like to tell people right away is, well, we're not a network marketing business. We're a party plan company. So it's direct sales, very different. Network marketing and the multi-level marketing is really more of like memberships, getting people to join your company, and it's kind of a membership thing. So very, very, very different. But in the end, we're all compensated for building a team. With us, I love to look at it as thank you money for doing things like this, training people, helping others build their businesses, and just supporting your goals and your dreams if it's something that you want. So some of the tips that he shared in this article I read were, no, they're not a scam. They're not a scheme. They have good parts and bad parts. And he, of course, says, I have several friends who are making $1 million plus. So it is one of the only industries where you really have no glass ceiling. It's sales, and you are determining your own destiny, which can be good and bad. But there was something I wanted to say in regards to that. I can't remember. So he just said, you've probably heard stories of people making $80,000 or even $100,000 in a month. And I will share that Norwex just paid their first $50,000 in a month manager's commission. And it's just going to keep growing for her and for all of us. So that's a pretty exciting thing. And that's for Chris Carlson. So why not just do what she does? But one thing, some of the good things he listed, hypothetically, you can make a lot of money if you get a whole lot of people in your hierarchy. And what that means is really building a team. You can work for yourself and control your schedule and control the times that you work, which is why it works pretty well for JoHannah and I, because we can work at night when our kids are in bed. We can work on a Saturday afternoon. Her husband's not home, but mine is, to do a little training. We can do parties in the evening to get out of our house and make some extra money. Your destiny is really up to you. There's no glass ceiling. No one is telling you that you can't win. It's all up here. Like, can I do this? And if you keep telling yourself that you can't, well, then you're totally right. But if you tell yourself that you can, of course you can. But this is the kind of the most important part, no matter what company you're representing, right? So for us, we love our products. We love our mission. We are a mission-based company. So of course, I think that's easier to share, whether it's makeup or rags or cooking utensils. You're really not in the business of selling those things. You're really in the business of recruiting. And so I just want you to think, why aren't you recruiting? It's a big part of our business. And if you're wanting to boost your income without leaving the house 20 times a month, it's the best way, because you can do 4 parties a month. But if there's 3 of you, then there's 16 parties a month. Or if there's 4 of you, I guess if your team is 3 as a team coordinator and everybody's doing 4 parties a month, there's 16 parties a month, and you can't do that. And that compounding effect on the income is incredible. Most team coordinators are bringing home anywhere from, I would say roughly $100 to $200 in a month, just depending on how active your team is. That's going to drive that. But Norwex will say it basically will cover a small bill. Right? So maybe your cell phone bill, which aren't very small anymore, but your personal cell phone bill, for one person, or adds, a little bit of extra money to your family's monthly budget on top of your sales, right? So just be thinking, like, why aren't you recruiting? What's holding you back? It's probably up here, because it's not everybody else. I promise that. It's not. On average, 8 people out of 10 in a room are wondering, could I do this job? And maybe we're just not inviting, or maybe we're over inviting, right? So here's your homework for this week. Obviously, hopefully you've watched the training, but taking part in our weekly trainings, we're trying to keep them pretty concise for you. We want to charge you, number 1, to get 4 parties on your calendar in October. Maybe you already have it. Amazing. Then you can check it off. But if you have 2 and you need to get 2, that's your number 1 priority. And how you're going to do that is going back to that Frankie list, taking part in our booking blitz, and incentivizing people to book with you in October. And I'll share what I created for my own personal booking blitz. Getting your head into the right place. So number 1, you're going to get 4 parties on your calendar for October. Number 2, you'll print the 422 tracker that I share, and you're going to start to practice using it. So making your parties 422 parties. Number 3, get your head in the right place and get a really solid understanding of the importance of bookings and the importance of recruiting by listening to these podcasts. All right. Are you ready? I'm going to put this all in a post too, but you're going to find Chris Carlson's Succeed and Shine podcast series on your podcast app. It's got to happen on your phone. It's not on her website anymore. So you need to use it on your phone. Find the podcast app, type in Succeed and Shine. It's free, and you're going to listen to numbers 3, 4, and 22. 3, 4, and 22. The first 2 are booking based, and then 22 is recruiting without fear. And it's really kind of a game changer as far as recruiting. I love to share this whenever I need a head check, get that 70% of my business, get my head focused. I just listen to a Chris podcast. And JoHannah just says, I would just like to embody Chris Carlson. She just breaks it down so nicely. So I want to encourage you seriously over the course of the next week to listen to those podcasts. I'm going to create some posts to get you, sharing out afterwards and networking with other people who are really trying to achieve the same goal, which is becoming a team coordinator. All right. Want to add anything?
Nope.
All right. Have a great week. Enjoy the long weekend. If you're in the north, there's Columbus Day, and we have a long weekend. Some of you have a 4-day weekend, just depending. Take advantage of the time. Listen to the podcast in the car as you're doing a little commute, and hop on the Facebook page.
Yep.
Lean into everybody else who's doing the same training as you. Awesome.